You often get dominated by consumerism, which ends up consuming you. In a world where consumption is seen as happiness, people relentlessly pursue material wealth, and this is where happiness is permanently gone. This video explores the wisdom, the things you own end up owning you, from Chuck Palahniuk's Fight Club, and serves as a poignant reminder of the paradox of possession. This idea is not merely a modern critique, but echoes ancient wisdom, particularly from the Stoic philosopher and Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. Both perspectives indicate a fundamental truth about the human condition, the often overlooked cost of ownership. Though possessions help improve our lives, they soon turn out to be burdens that limit our choices and bar our freedom. Contemplation of Palahniuk and Aurelius' philosophies may lead us to a life that is more centered on personal development than external riches, as it gives more value to happiness than the acquisition of things. Hit that subscribe button and let's explore how things transform our ownership. Chuck Palahniuk's Fight Club is a potent rebuke to the present-day culture of consuming. Initially determined to find joy in what he could purchase, the protagonist embarks on a journey that leaves him disillusioned with material wealth. His flat, which is so tastefully arranged down to the last item that it was fit as a model home, transformed from being an emblem of prosperity to a metaphorical jail. Every object that he was once proud of and identified with eventually becomes something that defines him and influences what he thinks is important in life. He argues that ownership enslaves in a good way to speak because, at some point in time, these assets lose their meaning and transform into fetters that limit personal liberties as well as define destinies. The classic version of Stoic philosophy appears in Marcus Aurelius and his thoughts on happiness and contentment dating back to centuries ago. In Meditations, his most significant work, Aurelius insisted that we should value good qualities in us more than we should possessions. He proposed that we could never find real satisfaction by collecting material wealth. Instead, our gratification would come when our mode of thinking is based on a wise and virtuous course. Aurelius's assertion that very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking, underscores the Stoic principle of self-sufficiency and inner tranquility, advocating liberation from dependence on material goods. The ideas of simplicity and inner fulfillment resonate in the teachings of Epictetus, another prominent Stoic philosopher, who articulated that wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This concept stresses how important it is to cherish and be contented with oneself rather than running after money. This is why we are finding these notions back in the modern minimalistic trends that focus on deliberately reducing one's material needs to lead a better life. The philosophy of Aurelius shows us that happiness is not gained from having things. Instead, he wants us all to be wise, brave, and moderate via that we will learn how to live a satisfying life without much difficulty. This means wisdom, courage, and self-control among other virtues will help people be happy forever, hence enjoying inner peace fully as they meditate on this earth through meditation or any other form of worship necessary for them at the moment. So, if these principles are studied properly by someone, then their heart can feel at ease because it doesn't think about how rich or poor they are. Essentially, what Aurelius's teachings provide us with is a timeless reminder of what truly matters most: one's psychological evolution and ethical behavior before anything else materialistic. His words still serve as motivation for many people who seek to live better lives marked by moral strength derived from within themselves rather than resilience built upon spiritual faith. Chuck Palahniuk and Marcus Aurelius share a deep insight about people, despite living centuries apart. They both see how chasing material riches can enslave us. Fight Club, Palahniuk's book, takes a hard look at today's shopping-obsessed world. It shows how always wanting more stuff can trap folks in an endless loop of unhappiness and identity confusion. The main character's story, from feeling good about buying things to feeling trapped by them, echoes how many people feel stuck in our buy culture. Palahniuk's story takes a hard look at our world today. People often let what they buy shape who they are and how they live. At first, the main guy loves filling his home with perfect stuff from catalogs. But soon, all this stuff feels more like a trap than freedom. Each thing he once bragged about now shows how stuck he is. Polinick nails this twist when he says, "The things you own end up owning you." This shows how chasing stuff can backfire. Aurelius thinks like Epictetus, another big Stoic thinker. Epictetus said, "Wealth means having few wants, not lots of stuff." This idea puts value on keeping life simple. It says inner peace beats having tons of things. Modern minimalist movements breathe new life into these ancient ideas. They push for less stuff and more meaning in life. Old wisdom meets new criticism to reveal a lasting truth. Chasing riches looks fun but can trap your soul and mind. Polinick's story shows how owning things can take over who you are. Aurelius flips this script. He says true freedom comes from ruling yourself and living right. His way changes how you see the world. These ideas remind us how philosophy still matters when we think about being happy and feeling fulfilled. People everywhere want inner peace, whether they lived in ancient Rome or live today. Polinick and Aurelius make us rethink what's important. They push us to live better by focusing on being good people and not wanting too much stuff. Polinick's book shakes us awake. It tells us to ask if the things we buy matter and if they make us who we are. His main character feels let down just like many people do. We see ads all the time telling us buying stuff will make us happy. But this story shows that's not true. It says we need to look deeper to find what makes life good. A counterbalance to this modern critique is provided by Aurelius's teachings. They offer a practical guide for achieving inner peace and resilience given that they are based on Stoic principles. This means that one can become liberated from the outward pressures existing in consumer culture through self-control, temperance, and the cultivation of virtues. Therefore, his wise saying points out that real happiness is that which comes inside oneself. Once someone lives carefully while making the right decisions and choices are the key. Material wealth and possessions can greatly change your life. In our present day, Fight Club's theme depicts how we are all suffocated by buying things we do not need, whereas Stoic philosophy leads to freedom by cultivating character and plain living. Therefore, the two approaches help you understand why it's risky to be materialistic and why living by your conscience is still meaningful. In conclusion, the interplay of Polinick's contemporary criticism and Aurelius's primordial sagacity provides valuable insights into human nature. They need us to review our approach to materialism and strive for a well-rounded life. By esteeming inner qualities above external belongings, we can achieve absolute independence coupled with eternal joy. It is still applicable nowadays, thus leading us to a more significant and emancipated being. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and write your thoughts in the comments section. Until the next video, thanks for watching.